But for those who stand in your way and betray you, their day of reckoning will come.
Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of WWE Day of Reckoning. But apparently we're playing the wrong game so far, I guess. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, the reason I called you here is that I want to discuss tonight's match. I've already spoken to Triple H separately, because I figured at this point there's no way to have your undivided attention if both you guys are in the same room. True. Now I know that you and Triple H don't have much to gain status-wise from this fatal four-way. So in my wisdom, I'm going to sweeten the pot for you. Really? How's that? It had better be good. Because I'm risking my neck out there against a couple of guys who want nothing more than to break it before WrestleMania. That's true as well. Well, let's not forget, you weren't exactly in there alone. If the past few weeks are any indication, it would seem that having Shawn Michaels in the ring as well should balance things out, don't you think? Hopefully. Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of counting on it. Obviously, gameplay-wise, it's not how it's going to work. Good. In any case, see if this doesn't give you more incentive. Should the winner of tonight's match be either the champion Triple H or you, the number one contender, that winner will have the privilege of selecting the type of match that you will have at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. That does sound pretty sweet. So not only is it in your best interest to win tonight, it's also just as important that you keep Triple H from winning. The last thing you want at WrestleMania is to go up against Triple H for the championship in the very match of his choice. You've got a lot to think about, so I suggest you go get ready for your match. That is some high stakes there, folks. No doubt about it, Cole. Hey Sean, you wanted to see me? Yeah, sorry, we don't have a lot of time since our match is next. I'm gonna get jumped by Flair again, alright. But I wanted to make sure that you send the right message to Ric Flair and Triple H in our Fatal 4-Way. No doubt we're going to beat their high to 9 ways to Sunday. But you've got a championship match against Triple H at WrestleMania. So he and Flair are going to do everything they can to demoralize you. Not demoralize. Take it from me, I've been on both sides of the coin with Triple H. And I can guarantee you that their plan is to send you a very serious message tonight during our match. You need to turn the tables on them and deliver your own message first, before it's too late. So, before the end of the match, you should be absolutely sure to deliver your signature finishing move to both Ric Flair and Triple H. You do that, and you'll show both of them and the world who the favorite at WrestleMania is. Make sure you do it before the match ends. See, the thing though, and don't worry, if things get tough, HBK and his sweet chin music have got your back. Now let's go get them. See, the thing about that is though, historically speaking, I feel like the guy who always looks like a chump before the big title match is usually the guy that ends up winning, and vice versa. You know, it's not every time, but that's the formula that these games kind of follow. So yeah, we gotta hit our finishing moves on both of these guys. Wow, this is kind of getting annoying. Yeah, it's very chaotic in these multi-man matches in this game because you'll be doing moves and people can break them up, or if you're hit by another move, you know, you just get knocked down, kind of like Legends of Wrestling style is what I associate it with, which actually technically it was first now I think about it. So it's kind of weird that Shawn Michaels can do his sweet chin music, or super kick. If you ask some people, that's different than the sweet chin music. But yeah, this is gonna be a very chaotic match. It would be cool if, you know, AI did have the foresight to actually make this stuff where, you know, like Ric Flair would never attack Triple H, and Shawn Michaels wouldn't attack me and whatnot. But I guess it would just be a tornado tag match at that point. Come on, HBK, you can do a little bit faster than that. The thing that it would suck if you're a Flair player, but the good thing about Ric Flair in these old games is it would take 10 minutes for him to freaking start up his finisher, and it was a submission. So I mean, he's probably like the worst character to ever play as in these multi-man matches in these games. That and maybe we go over it with the jackhammer. Very cool, you know, aesthetic-wise. Maybe not aesthetically, but you know, very cool. You know that they got the full animations, but obviously, you know, if you're in a multi-man match, it's always almost guaranteed like a breakup, no matter how long your opponents are down. Man, that was quite an elbow by HBK. Oh no, oh man, we got with the double team. Double team. Alright, HBK, watch what the hell you think you're doing. Man. Come on, man, don't do this to me. That was actually a pretty close one. I think HBK had me in it. So sometimes the chaos is a good thing. But, I don't know. Something that bothers me about this game is sometimes it can kind of just become a finisher fest. Alright, cool. So it wasn't broken up this time. Alright, something's not right. But I like how he walked up to me so that way he could back up and do the Sweet Chin music all the way from back there. Plus, he didn't even actually hit me. Oh no, come on. So what's the point of this match if I never had the chance to win? Why give me that incentive? Why did HBK even betray me anyway? Alright, maybe he'll actually say here. You see that? You never had a chance tonight. And you'll never have a chance against me at WrestleMania. Isn't that right, Shawn Michaels? That's right, Triple H. Looks like Kai has been playing the wrong game all along. Ah, yeah, clever. So now that you are broken in the middle of my ring, I think now is as good a time as ever to announce my choice of match at WrestleMania. So it's gonna be... Wait. Hold on a second there, Triple H. Before you announce your match, I've got an idea for you. I've been thinking. Like all these idiots in the audience, I'm going to be watching you do what you do best. And that's defend the World Heavyweight title. Jeez, what an ass kisser now. Jeez, HBK wouldn't be like this. Hell, you even done it against me on many occasions. So since I'm going to be a mere observer this time out, I want to see what you do. I want to see you do what you do best. I think as one of the greatest champions of all time, you owe it to these people to give them the match that has become your signature over the years. Hell in a Cell? I'm suggesting you make your match an Iron Man match. Oh. Well, it depends on the time limit I'm given. 10 minutes is good. Well, let me say this. What are you gonna say? First of all, I don't owe these people anything. I've given my blood, sweat, and tears over the course of my career just so I can defend this belt as often as I do. I push myself to the limit night after night because I'm the greatest professional wrestler in the world. I've faced them all and I've beaten them all, yourself included, so I don't have to prove anything to these idiots. So now that I've clarified that little point, I admit, you're onto something. This punk has had it coming to him for a long time, so why should I settle for pinning him once, 1, 2, 3, when I can punish him even more? Yeah, I think you're right, Shawn Michaels. How is this Triple H's signature match? He's had like one, I thought. I'm going to make our World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania an Iron Man match. Son of a bitch. That way I'll have the pleasure of beating the living hell out of you, Kai, over and over and over again. I'll beat you to within an inch of your life, and when it's all over, when the time is up, there will be just one man leaving WrestleMania with the heavyweight title, arms raised in victory. Well, yeah, of course, jackass. That's how it always works. Me, Triple H. Yeah, I remember his one against The Rock at Judgment Day, and I think there was one on Raw actually, like around this time, maybe a few years earlier, but still, I mean, I wouldn't say it's anywhere near his signature. I don't think anybody ever associates that with him. Kai, tonight you've asked for a hardcore match against Shawn Michaels, the man who betrayed you just 1 week ago. That's true, I guess. Your thoughts going into this match? My thoughts? You want to know my thoughts? They should be obvious. My thoughts are that I have some payback for Shawn Michaels. I don't know why he joined up with Triple H, and I don't care. Tonight, I'm going to show him why that was the worst mistake he's made in his life. I don't know, will the game allow us to actually show him that, or is Ric Flair going to come out and kick my ass again? Yeah, I've always thought like Triple H's match was the Hell in a Cell around this time especially, and you know it's obviously not in this game, but the Elimination Chamber. I think he had one of the better records of the Chamber match around this time. That's pretty awesome that I can do that. The weapon mechanics in this game were pretty great. I just wish they didn't break so fast. Yeah, see, I still think the chairs are pretty undersized in this game. I don't know why. Like it's just a little bit too. I always love the way that the ref just stands. Like look at that stance. It kind of reminds me of Sky Too Hottie from early games. Alright, looks like we're gonna put him away pretty quick here. Or maybe not. Silly me, I forgot they've reversed your finisher every single match in this game. But we got him regardless. Just worried for a rope break for a second, and I remember what match I was in. Oh man, this is probably where it's gonna turn around and be a pain in the ass. Look at my arm as he's punching me. That's just looking weird. Yeah, it must have been very tough. A lot of people hated Triple H, especially at this time and stuff like that. So it must have been pretty tough to be a WWE game fan too, with him kind of running wild all these years. Like this is definitely, once again, if we picked SmackDown, it would have been The Undertaker, but this is definitely, in my opinion, like pretty much like a Triple H made game in a lot of ways. Kind of similar to like No Mercy, in which he's like all the world title matches or world title championship modes kind of center around him being the main bad guy, as well as what was I gonna say? Yeah, he's in a lot of other storylines too. But yeah, Triple H, I think he's a very underrated. I think a lot of people hate him because of like backstage politics and stuff, and I don't think it's entirely fair because everybody who was ever on top in WWE up until like probably like around the later 2010s or whatever, they were all backstage politicker guys, you know, from The Rock to Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels and the Clique, Hulk Hogan, everybody like that. So I mean, any top guy really, you know, was a major politicker. I'm not exactly saying, oh well, you know, I agree that's how it should be. I'm just saying that's how it was. So if you hold one guy accountable for it, then you gotta hold the rest. And it seems like Triple H and John Cena are like the two that everybody kind of is the most irritated about that, which, you know, granted, they weren't always universally popular, and I think they definitely had a lot less longer of a run as well. So, I mean, you know, it's just kind of interesting how that works. And a lot of people say, yeah, you know, they intentionally buried WCW guys, this and that. Honestly, I don't think it was ever an intentional effort. Some of them I think are overblown. Others, I think it's just incompetency. So, like, you know, like RVD, I don't think it was ever that he was buried. I just don't think he was ever really given a chance to begin with. If that makes sense. Like, I don't think he ever really had a big pay-per-view match against Triple H, if I'm correct, right? So I don't think he was ever really buried by Triple H, even though he did say Triple H, I guess, just didn't understand what he was all about. I definitely don't believe that Scott Steiner was buried by Triple H, because Steiner was just pushed too much too soon before he was in actual ring shape, and I believe he had like a clubbed foot or something like that. He had some sort of injury in his matches with Triple H, so it didn't do him any favors. And unfortunately, yeah, he never got another shot at it again. Goldberg, I can't really speak on. I thought Goldberg's whole WWE run was just goofy. I don't think it was a Triple H issue. I don't think it was meant to bury him. And this is where I think the incompetency comes in, because Goldberg is the guy, you know, I think he's done a lot of incompetency, stupid, goofy stuff throughout his whole career. I could go on a whole rant about it and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it wasn't in WWE as far as just his ego and stuff goes. But that said, I mean, I don't think it was a thing of like, oh, well, geez, he just will not stay down. But I don't think it was an issue of like, oh man, you know, we're going to bury Bill Goldberg. I think it was them. Vince especially, I mean, they've kind of had a lot of interviews over the years by the guys who actually work at the top. And even when they say, yeah, you know, this guy didn't do as well as, you know, we want him to, like Bruce Pritchard and Paul Heyman, guys who work very closely with the office, they've pretty much gone on record saying, yeah, it's not that Vince intentionally buries these guys, it's that Vince wants these guys to go work in the WWE style. You know, he never seen what actually made them special or why they got over this or that. You know, same with DDP. You know, I don't think they buried him because he was a WCW guy. I think they buried him because they just didn't understand what made DDP special, you know. See, and you can even see it in certain guys like Stone Cold when he first came in, you know. He didn't check out Stone Cold's ECW stuff. How is he kicking out of one? I'm sorry. But like, you know, the ringmaster, right? That's what Stone Cold came in because Vince didn't see anything about ECW or even WCW. It was just all word of mouth, and all he heard was, oh, well, Stone Cold, you know, stunning Steve Austin, he's a ringmaster, you know, because that's what he was known for at the time. He was a technical master, if you can believe that. So it just became, oh, well, obviously he can't talk, so we'll just pair him up with DiBiase, he won't say anything, and then eventually he morphed into Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I should say, but yeah, I don't think it was they intentionally buried people. I'll even go on a little bit in a minute. In 2 weeks, Rick, at WrestleMania, the biggest event in the history of this business. Go on. I'll be defending my World Heavyweight title in an Iron Man match. Yeah, it pisses me off that I have to face you in that. Please just be 10 minutes, not an hour like SmackDown 2. That's right, it's going to be Triple H, the franchise, and his specialty, an Iron Man match. And when the smoke clears, when the dust is settled, kind of ironic, because somebody in my comments one time said that So Triple H took the franchise Shane Douglas' gimmick. It's going to be the franchise leaving WrestleMania with championship gold around his waist, just like when he walked in. I don't know anything about Shane Douglas and ECW, though, so I can't really say that's right. But I'll tell you what, we've got a chance to end this before it even gets started. But I don't know. Did you talk to Bischoff about a match tonight? You better believe it. Eric Bischoff gave me, the dirtiest player in the game, a one-on-one match tonight against Kai. Dirtiest player in the game? And he's gonna find out that if he has to go against the champion in 2 weeks, first he's going to have to get through the 16-time champion tonight. And I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. Probably not. You'll probably fucking kick my ass, bury me. You're the only guy I can count on, Nature Boy. Go out there and do what you do best. And when you're done, make sure that Kai's in no shape to even show up at WrestleMania. Ric Flair will probably, hold me down and spank my ass until it's red and embarrass me in front of the audience, the way he's been booked so far in this game. Yeah, to continue on what I'm saying about the incompetency stuff, once again, I think in Dusty Rhodes, I think a lot of people say, oh man, he was brought in, the polka dots were meant to bury him. If you listen to how people talk about how weird Vince is and how off touch he is and stuff like that, nah, I guarantee you it wasn't let's bury Dusty, because he was always booked pretty with a high caliber talent when you think about it too. I think just in his head, he saw that character, he saw the American Dream, and he in his head, Vince thought, what will embody this character, what will get him over with all the kids and all this other stuff is the polka dots. I do not, to the common person such as me and yourself, it makes sense. You're like, what the hell? Why would this help him? It's stupid, all this other stuff. But Vince McMahon, you gotta understand, he is just not a normal thinking human being. So whether it's right or not, you can even say the Sting thing. Maybe that was, I don't know. I'm not going to really say my 2 cents on that. Everybody knows, I agree, Sting should have won. Booker T at WrestleMania 19, once again, I think that was a poor decision-making thing. I think that was more or less, though, that they just didn't really give a shit about Booker T. I just don't think they've seen him as that kind of level. It was just kind of like, well, Brock and Kurt Angle, they're the real spectacle here. These are the guys here, Booker T and stuff, especially since it was supposed to be Scott Steiner to begin with. It's just kind of like a filler feud, and I don't think they figured how much of an impact that feud would have on the audience, especially with, the things that Triple H said. So, once again, but I will say this, the horse shit in that match that I will agree on, they buried Booker T in. The argument for it is 110% the fact that Triple H hit the pedigree and like a minute later or something like that is when, Triple H won the match. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. So if you want to say they buried Booker T with that, I'll agree with you on that one. That was just stupid. Hey, we actually beat him. No questions asked. I think another good example is Ric Flair. Look at how he turned out in the WWE. And he was probably like one of the biggest WCW guys for a while. So Kai, we're just 2 weeks away from WrestleMania now. Just 2 weeks. That's a long time, folks. Where, of course, you'll be involved in a World Championship Iron Man match against... I'm always getting jumped backstage. You'd think I'd actually learn to, watch my back, but... maybe not. Then we wouldn't have a story here. It's my belt. Mine! And not you or anybody's going to be able to beat me for it. If you so much as show your face at WrestleMania, I swear I'll put you out of this business forever. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Check back next week for the conclusion, and remember to have a nice day.